Shalom. How's everybody doing out there, Israel? This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Shalom Alaikum. Ani Yashar Yehuda. The title of this video is Cern and Metaphysical Connections. Again, the title is Cern and Metaphysical Connections. In this video, I'll explain biblical connections to Cern and how the Edomite scientists are working frantically to open portals or gateways to other dimensions. And these dimensions are hell realms for imprisoned fallen angels to gain access to come through. First of all, let's define what and where Cern is. So again, we're going to define what Cern is and where Cern is located. Okay, so Cern is an acronym which stands for the Council for European Nuclear Research. Again, that's the Council for European Nuclear Research. The facility that houses the name Cern began to be built in the year 1954. And it's located in Europe, in Switzerland and France. So it's going to be in the borders between Switzerland and France. All right, so this building consists of a 17-mile long circular tube. Again, the building consists of a 17-mile long circular tube for particle acceleration. And this tube is located 300 feet beneath the surface. In some areas, it goes as deep as 500 feet. At Cern, these scientists collide subatomic particles at the speed of light to study the effects and find the building blocks of life or creation itself. Research at Cern in the year 2012, on the date of July the 4th, led to the discovery of the Higgs boson, or the God particle. Again, research back in 2012 on July the 4th led to the discovery of the Higgs boson, which is known as the God particle. Okay, so the Edomite scientists, they claim that they created Cern for one purpose, but in actuality, there's a dual purpose for the building of this this vast machine, this vast complex. So Many biblical spiritual teachers, as well as deep researchers, believe these Edomite scientists are actually using Cern, or the Large Hadron Collider, to crack open sealed portals or gateways that hold fallen angels and demons. So this is a pic of the Higgs boson particle. It's known as the God particle. This is what these Edomites discovered back in 2012 using the Cern technology. Okay, so again, repeating that last line. So we have many biblical spiritual teachers, as well as deep thinking researchers, who believe that these Edomite scientists are actually using Cern, or the Large Hadron Collider, to crack open sealed portals or gateways that hold fallen angels and demons. So these are just some pictures of some television fallen angels and demons. Coming up on July the 5th, 2022, the Hadron Collider, and that word hadron, it just means proton. So the Proton Collider. So coming up again on July the 5th, 2022, the Hadron or Proton Collider, Cern, will activate using more energy than ever before. So here's my pick of the mad scientists, the Edomite mad scientists. So we have mad Illuminati Edomite scientists. These guys believe that in recreating the conditions of the Big Bang, which they believe, started creation and started the universe, these scientists believe that they can rip open the veil that separates the two, which are the physical and spiritual. And they believe that by ripping open this veil, they can attempt to bring other dimensional entities over into our realm. So now, let's get some corresponding scriptures that supports what I'm saying, and can shed some light on what these Edomites are actually trying to do by doing all these experiments, trying to open up portals to bring in their demons. And these demons are, these Edomites, they actually worship these demons, and they make sacrifices to these demons, and they call them gods. And they have so many various names that they go by, but they're all demons, fallen spiritual beings. And many of them have been trapped in another dimension, in the underworld. So that's what they're doing over there in Switzerland with this Cern. So let me go ahead and get some of the first scriptures I want to get into. So the first scripture I want to get into would be Revelation chapter 9. Revelation chapter 9, I'm going to read verses 1 through 11. And it reads, "And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and unto him was given the key of the bottomless pit." So that bottomless pit there, that is in reference to these wormholes and these gateways and portals that these Edomite mad scientists are working frantically to try to open. So this is the context of what this particular chapter is talking about here. So going into verse 2, "And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit." Verse 3, And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth. So these locusts again are referring to these demons. Yeah, these are demons. We're speaking of these locusts. Again, verse 3, and there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. Verse 4, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Elohim in their foreheads. And we know how you get the seal of Elohim in your forehead. That's by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and the faith. Verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he stingeth a man. Verse 6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Verse 7. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. Verse 8. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. Verse 9. And they had breastplates, as it were breastplates of iron, and the sounds of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. Verse 10. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. Now these are the men that did not have the mark of the Most High, the mark of Elohim, and these men that took the mark of the beast. Verse 11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel, this is the fallen angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. So here's the key verse that we want to focus on, is that they had a king over this particular bottomless pit, that all of these demons came out of this pit. And that king's name, again, is Apollyon. He is the destroyer. So these are demons and fallen angels that's going to come out of this bottomless pit, which is the portal or the gateway that these mad scientists are working frantically to open these portals, because they know that we are in the last days and they have to go ahead and do what they have to do because the time is short. So they're working hard to try to make way for their God, to bring their God up to the earth. All right, so the next scripture I want to go over to is 2 Peter. So this is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. And it reads, for if Elohim spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. So right here, this particular verse is speaking of the angels that sinned during the particular time. This is before the flood. And we had these fallen angels that were on the earth, and they were having sex with women, and they were mixing their DNA with animals, and they were creating monsters on the earth. And the Most High brought judgment upon them, and he spared only a few of the spirits of these fallen angels to remain active on the earth. The rest of them, so out of 10 parts, 9 parts he put into chains and darkness in the bottomless pit. are in the hell realms, and he left one part on earth to be the evil spirits that torment and afflict mankind on earth, or man on earth. So again, so 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4 is in harmony with we just read in Revelation chapter 9 verses 1 through 11. All right, so next verse we want to get is Jude verse 6, and it reads, "And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day." So again, we're speaking about the angels that committed the sin of intermixing with the women that were on the earth, and they produced these monsters on the earth. And it speaks how these angels, they left their first estate, and he has placed them in chains, and they're in darkness. So these people, these angels are in a hell realm, and they're reserved there until the great day and judgment day. And these Edomite scientists, they're working to try to free, as many of these demons as they can, and these fallen angels for this last day that we're in. So that's the work they're doing with this Cern. All right, so now I'm going to go to some of the apocryphal books. This book is this is the book of Jubilees, chapter 10. We're going to get verses 5 and 9. So picking up at verse 5. And it reads, "And thou knowest how thy watchers," the watchers here are the angels, "thy watchers, the fathers of these spirits, acted in my day. And as for these spirits which are living, imprison them and hold them fast in the place of condemnation, and let them not bring destruction on the sons of thy servant, my Elohim, for these are malignant, are evil, and created in order to destroy." So let's go down to verse 9. Verse 9 reads, "And he said, let the 10th part of them remain before him, and let 9 parts descend into the place of condemnation." So again, this verse is speaking on how we have 1/10 of the evil spirits to deal with that cause torment and chaos and destruction on the earth. But 9 parts, the greater part of these fallen angels and evil spirits and demons, are in chains and in darkness in the hell realms, in the bottomless pit. And these are the realms and the regions that these Edomite scientists are working to try to open these portals and these gateways to bring these beings through, so that they can institute their new world order. So again, that's the book of Jubilees, chapter 10, verse 5 and 9. All right, so now let's go ahead into another apocryphal book, our hidden book, our secret book. This is the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch, chapter 10. We're going to get verses 6 through 8, and also verse 15. And it reads, "Again, Adonai said unto Raphael, bind Azazel." So Raphael is one of the archangels, and Azazel is one of the fallen angels in the narrative here. So again, it says, unto Raphael, bind Azazel, hand and foot, cast him into darkness, and opening the desert which is in Dudael, cast him in there. Verse 7, throw upon him hurled and pointed stones, covering him with darkness. Verse 8, there shall he remain forever. Cover his face, that he may not see the light. Going down to verse 15. Verse 15. To Michael likewise, Yahuwah said, or Adonai said, Go and announce his crime to Semyeza and to the others who are with him, who have been associated with women, that they might be polluted with all of their impurity. And when their sons shall be slain, when they shall see the perdition of their beloved, bind them for 70 generations. That's talking about the 70 weeks of Daniel. That's the connection with the 70 generations, the 70 weeks of Daniel that we have, the judgment. Even to the day of judgment and of consummation until the judgment, the effect of which will last forever, be completed. So again, we see the book of Enoch in harmony with the book of Jubilees, both bearing witness that fallen angels were cast down and they were chained and they were placed in hell realms underneath the earth. And they have portals that are sealed. And we also read in the book of Revelation how that there was going to be an angel that was going to be given a key that was going to be able to unlock the bottomless pit and release all of these fallen angels and demons out of the pit where they are bound. So this is the idea behind the creation of Cern. This is what these mad Edomite scientists are doing over there in Switzerland. They're working frantically to try to open these portals because they know that these are the last days. They know that they don't have much time, and they're trying to get their gods out from underneath the earth where they have been locked up for millennia. Now, I will show a few movie clips where the Illuminati has incorporated their secret agenda of opening a portal or portals to bring in their false gods and demons. The first clip is going to be a clip from the movie Hellboy 1. Again, that's Hellboy 1, the first clip. Okay, so I'm just give you a brief synopsis of what you're going to be seeing in this clip. In Hellboy 1, this clip, it shows the nemesis, whose name is Rasputin, opening a portal for the demon Ogdru Jahad. Take a look at this clip.
What I will do tonight can never be undone. I will open a portal and awaken the Ogdru Jahad, the 7 gods of chaos. Our enemies will be destroyed, and from the ashes, a new Eden will arise. Ragnarok. Hallelujah. I was taking a picture. Don't do that again. I'll carry you a new one. Listen, the portal is open. To understand, we have to stop them. Granate! Granate!
Okay, so that was the first clip. Now let's go ahead and move on to the second clip. The second clip is going to be the movie Avengers. The movie The Avengers. And in this clip, Nick Fury, which is played by Samuel Jackson, operates the Tesseract to open a portal for Loki to come through. This is fair use. Fair use. Okay, so that was the second clip. So now let's move on to the third clip. And the third movie is called Contact. And in this clip, you'll see Dr. Eleanor, which is the woman pictured here. She's going to be in this machine that was built, and it's going to depict her traveling through a wormhole or a portal opened by alien and NASA technology. Again, so their goal being to find and make contact with alien life. So that's what the goal of these people in this particular movie, these scientists in this particular movie, were trying to achieve. So again, they made a machine to open a portal again. So they, as you'll see if you pay attention, many movies where these Edomites will portray opening wormholes or black holes or portals, because they know that's where their gods are located at, and they're trying to open these portals to bring or free their gods.
I'm okay to go! I'm okay to go! My God. Okay to go! I'm okay!
100% target velocity.
Steve, picking up tremendous EMI levels around the machine. All field measurements are pegged off scale high.
Steve, we're approaching our port limits.
Okay, go!
I hear her. Barely, but she's there.
Okay, go!
She says she's okay to go. Steve, we're real close. Electrical, what you're reading in the core?
The internal environment looks normal. Inside the core, the weather's beautiful.
I'm okay to go. I'm okay to go. I'm okay to go.
Initiate drop sequence. On my mark. 10, 9,
Now dress it.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Control, do you read me? Under control, do you read me? I'm gonna try and keep recording. I'm going through some kind of a tunnel. There's a light source ahead. Brilliant. Blue, white.
All right, so that was the end of that particular third clip. So now I'm going to move on to the final clip, which is the Netflix television series Stranger Things. So in this clip, the United States Department of Energy is experimenting with opening portals to other dimensions or hell realms. Again, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Okay, so so again, that was the end of the fourth and final clip. So I just want to go over a couple of these pictures right quick. So this is another pic of the LHC, which is the Large Hadron Collider, or Cern, located again in Switzerland. So here's another pic depicting a gateway. This is from the movie Stargate. And again, these scientists, they put all these directors and scientists, they put this stuff in the movies to give you an idea of what they're actually doing behind closed doors, and the things they're trying to achieve, which is to actually go into other dimensions, opening up gateways and portals for these other beings to come in through. So again, this is Stargate. So this particular movie, which is Angels and Demons, it's another movie where they were dealing with antimatter, and they had this machine producing the antimatter, which is similar to the Higgs boson, which is the God particle. So another pic of the CERN equipment. So again, just want to thank everyone for participating, listening. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat, and subscribe, where you can look forward to my next live or my next video that I produce. So again, thank you, and shalom.